done this in a while. I'm about to start the lazy farming as I'm doing this. Hello? See if you can hear me. What is that noise? Hold on, let me see if I can. I changed my earphones to see if I can get rid of that noise. I changed my earphones to see if I can get rid of that noise. Yeah, y'all hear that? That's an echo and an echo. It's not too bad. I'll do it. Okay. But what am I doing? Or what did I do? Where am I going? Bro, I went through the wrong way. Ah, that's tough. Well, it's been a while. Hello. I'm gonna start trying to stream whenever I'm just lazy farming or farming in general. I got, some stories to tell y'all. If anyone watches this, I hope y'all having a good day, to be honest with you. It's been wild. I haven't been streaming a lot because, I've been just tired and I have work. Maybe that's not a good excuse. Everyone has work. I'm not really trying to give excuses. I'm just trying to tell you that I've just been working and putting a lot of effort into my hours and had some stressful situations at work, but it gotten better a lot, and I'm back and coming back with positive vibes. Um, but yeah, recently this story will take place this whole story of why I'm actually doing this would take place like 2 days ago. Me and Vutz were like chilling, and we decided to do Kaguya's home. I don't know if I asked him or he asked me, or it was the idea that just got put out there in general. But in general, what happened after that was okay. After he after we decided to do it, um, we're doing it in our second run. We both got in the spirit seal. At first, I didn't think Let's got one in general because usually that's how it comes out, but he did. So he got a Linda Spirit Shield. I got a Linda Spirit Shield. We decided dang, like we got a Linda Spirit Shield. We gotta do something with this. Um, I just decided to build Reretsu fused with metals, and now I'm building. And now, well, from there, that's not even how. Well, I built one with metals, and that's how it goes from there. This is a part of the story, like all serious. I built one from metals, knowing that I'm gonna build another Ratsu fused with a seal. So how it goes is like after Vlet's we decided to farm a Hesakata, which is a part of which I thought and very much assumed that it's a part of the Ratsu fused. Come to later find out it was not. But I decided farming the Ratsu fused and we farming this for I need the recipe and the tortoise shell. And first we thought it was here. And a couple runs in, I get the estacada. And then and then Butch didn't get it. And then but like he got then we kept on farming until he got it. Then that happened. And the reason I kind of rushed that part of the story is because there's really nothing like important that really happened in there. We had Zunkos. It was fairly easy run, and I'm trying to keep durability down when I'm doing this, and try to maintain focus and talk and do this. It's not that easy for me sometimes because I get I kind of lose focus, but I'm trying to be better at it if I'm gonna be doing stuff like that. Um, Now what was I thinking? I was thinking something, I was saying something at the same time. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what I said, Hezekiah, it was fairly easy run. There was nothing more to talk about on that subject. But what did happen, what ended up happening was, okay, here's the crazy part that kind of got to me, right? Was, sorry, that's my phone notifications. What ended up getting to me was, you know, those rare stories where they say, oh, well, you know, it just dropped it for me in the first dungeon. Well, that was a rare story that happened to me where when we did the first dungeon of Palace of Rain, which drops turtle shells and rare materials, which I do need for Raretsu, which I did not know, I thought it was the other way around, which I did keep, gladly enough that I did keep my Raretsu fused. I am not putting a lot of effort into these guys. Okay, yeah, you guys gotta get bunched up and, you know, die. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to, like, not die by flip-flop on my stream server. Can you not? How about chasing move? How about we just chase you with this? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we went in the dungeon. You know, I said I wanted to be decoy in the dungeon, which, you know, worked out because I had the Sloam, which also attacks and, like, protects me for a while. Bloods has the Holy. And, you know, that ended up happening. But, like, I turned and I looked and I thought I was tripping, but it was actually near Turo that was right there in front of the freaking dungeon, which means I was done. I was like, honestly, bro, I'm done. No, I didn't say I was done because I didn't know if I needed it, actually. So I said I needed a turtle shell now. I said I don't even need this, which I was wrong about. Okay. So, as this is happening, I'm already like, bro, I'm so done with this. Because what's happening after that was Let's got a turtle shell. I'm only telling you the story because now this is, you know, like I said, it continues with what I'm doing now. Um, but let's get to the turtle shell. And I'm here complaining because I'm like, bro, I don't even want this. I just want a turtle shell. Like, can I just have that? Like, I don't even know if I really need it in a turtle. In my head, you know. But I can't really say that to Lutz after getting Hexacata and a freaking Naruto so quick. Um, so this, you know, that happens. I get the turtle shell. I go dip for Kuchiyami, but then I take a break. I go to the next day, right? Um, then I go farm my Kuchiyami. I get it on my second run going to Lacus Mortis. Then I go to get Bloody Festivals. But I get, okay, so I see a hunter while I'm doing War Bazooka, right? But here's the trippy part, right? Here's the trippiest part. That when I'm doing War Bazooka, I forget that my inventory is going to be full. Like, I'm like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? Like I didn't forget mostly. What I mean by forget, I went to grab it, but I kind of remembered, okay, my inventory's full. I try to do the inventory thing, and you know how the inventory glitch happens, and it says, okay, it freezes on you, and then just close. You know, you basically disconnected. So I was like, I got cheated on the hunter. I was like so mad. I was like, bro, this is like, it doesn't matter that it was just a hunter. It more matters of the concept of, don't cheat me on my mag that you just showed me. You're teasing me, basically. Boo. Hey, Bloods, how you doing? My thing actually showed up late. Like, actually, that you didn't even really show that you were here. To be honest with you, like, yeah, it just showed now that you're here. Are you on or are you still at that thing that you told me about? I feel like, I mean, I asked a question, but I feel like it's gonna be like not a long response, but I'll wait for the response. I could definitely wait for the response. Um, I got cheated out of Hunter, but I got a magic in return, and then someone let me buy a Hunter after like, I don't know, they're just a nice person in general after letting me buy that Hunter. To be honest with you, like they were just cool. They told me how nice they were. I was like, bro, you should not be this nice. But I appreciated it though. I really did. Uh, what was I thinking? No, I was saying something actually. I wasn't thinking. I was more saying something. Yeah, and this is kind of how I came to here because I got a Wicked Wolf yesterday, but like the fuse recipe, and I didn't have it. And I'm just mostly farming this because whether I get a Hesakata or Wicked Wolf fuse, or even the Raretsu fuse, it comes into a good play of like knowing that it could be used for something. Like I could sell the Wicked Wolf. I already know someone who wants that. I know who wants Hesakata. So I'm just like lazy farming this, like to a degree. I could say lazy farming because I still I should have killed. I wish I killed him. Are you on Blitz or are you still at your thingy thing? What you making? Are you on Blitz? Or are you at your thingy thing? Are you at that one? Are you at that one place? I'm not trying to put your business out there, so that's why I'm saying it like that. And I'm making. Oh, well, I guess. Well, okay. So I'm gonna make the. I'm gonna get the Retsu Fuse recipe. Well, I'm gonna first try to get the Retsu Fuse recipe, like just farming first. But if I don't get it that, like if I don't get it this way, then I'm probably gonna see if someone will let me like buy it off of me. Cause I saw that Hesakata gave me like 59 OC. No, 49 OC. Excuse me, guys. I mean, excuse me in general. Like that was bad math. I'm not good at math. Yeah. But right now, I'm kind of just like trying to hope to get more materials in general. Like even if it's just materials I really don't want, I still, in general, it might be good for the future to have, lessen the farming whatever I need in the future. So I'm trying to get a Hesakata, Wild Goose, bro, what am I, okay, yeah, Wild Goose, Hesakata, Wicked Wolf, Fuse, Reretsu, Fuse recipe. I'm trying to get all those because I know people who want a Hesakata and a Wicked Wolf Fuse recipe. And I don't know no one who wants a Wild Goose. That's just me for myself. And Reretsu for myself too. Reretsu Fuse recipe too. So, you know, I'm mostly just kind of like doing this until you come back. Are you? Are you? I mean, you didn't have to. I feel like you. I feel like you're dodging me. No, not dodging me, but I feel like you can't hear me or. Hold on, let me see. Can you hear me? What you Are you still at the thing? You're the place you're at right now, or you coming home? And I can. Still at the fair, brother, and I can. Oh, you can't. Okay, see, that's what I was waiting for. So my thing is low. My thing is really slow. That's what's happening here. That's okay. That's my fault. I didn't mean to use Zuko. I really didn't do that. Okay, well, whatever. Gotta just use it now. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, so I'm making. Okay, so yeah, we remember yesterday somebody wanted the Wicked Wolf fuse recipe, and I already have a buyer who wants like another Hexacata. So if I do get more, if they don't like basically buy more for someone else, I can sell that to somebody else. So basically, I have a reason to farm this place in general. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna farm it like all day, but I am gonna at least like put some effort into farming it. Because I mean, it'd be better if I just get the recipe like for free, mostly, instead of trying to like waste like money on it. That's how I feel about it. I hope the fair is good for you. By the way, I hope the fair is good for you. But I wasn't trying to say fair out there. I'm trying to sell my deadweight reviews. I mean, like for 400 OC type of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's not a bad price because I think I remember the limitations. Doesn't it have elements? It's fun. Wait, what? Oh, it's fun. Okay. You talking about the fair? Yeah, I didn't want to put it like I didn't want to put where you're at mostly because I'm not trying to put your business out there. Oh, 200 OC. Okay, my fault. It's a 400 OC. But what the fudge? I swear that like Visual Hall should have hit him. Low key fit. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. How many more? It has crit, extra affinity, and vid on another. Oh man. Oh. I'm trying to see. I want to keep on farming this. Do you know when you're gonna come? Do you know when you're gonna come? When you gonna come back? It's gonna be late afternoon, or not late afternoon actually. Late noon. I mean, not even late noon. How do you say it? Yeah, no, actually, yeah, late afternoon because it's after. Yeah, late afternoon. I just don't. Evening time? Ah, okay. But then mostly, I don't know. I might just keep on. See, I don't know. It depends. Because if I get one of the two items I'm thinking of, if I get my rare earth fused, it kind of makes me not want to farm this. Because I can just get the fuse, wait for you to come home. You'll see what you see what I'm putting down. Because I want to put my rare earth fuse. I want to put my rare earth to, get my two rare earth fuse, get my second one, show it, my first one will be shown. And my second one, I'll do it, on the stream saying, okay, this is what I got for my second rare earth fuse. I don't know if it's going to be Heavenly Shield and Faded Contractor, or if it's going to be Faded Contractor and Confiding Terror. Because I do not plan to have a third fused. I could, don't get me wrong, but I have something that can equal. See, I don't know though. See, defense wise, I should be getting a Ruratu fused, a third one. And if I'm doing that, then I can't. I can only do ornamentation. The third ornamentation. No, the second ornamentation. I think two and a one. So meaning three chakra. So the first one can be how it is, but the second one only could be three. Three chakra, I believe. And then the third one has to be blank, because it's 150 chakra together. I gotta go do the math. No, it's 54 on my first one. 2 fuse, mags, and then magma knowledge, and then play to 2.1. That would be good. Yeah, most definitely. You see, cause what I noticed about the chocolate like she. What? Oh my god, bro. What I noticed about the chocolate she is that I know this is just a chocolate. I know this is just a chocolate. My chocolate she, bro. Right here. Low defense. Really low defense. No defense. Unless you put ornamentations on it. It's no defense. And my other one has like 15 slice, if I'm correct. 15 slice? 10 slice, my fault. I've been adding up numbers all the way up. Okay, so yeah, this has 10 slice, but it has no defense. Where Magnet of Knowledge has the defense to cover that, and the skill force and the power. It has one power, which is useful in general. So this has what I need. No, I need it still. I definitely still need that one. I'm still happy that I am still pleased that I have that till this day. That when that chocolate thing came out, I remember how you were like, can I buy the Happy? I was like, no. I said no because I'm gonna ornamentate one and then keep the other one. And the one I ornamented, no, hell no, bro, no. I use both of them still. There's one build that goes Magna Knowledge and Lashi, one that goes off of that Chakra Lashi because it's just a 10. And it's really rare to find something that has that element and affinity. Even though it has no defense, but when you use it with a Tempest, it's very useful. Wait, what's it? Did I use a clear answer? It said you disappeared and then you came back. That's what happened on my screen. No, there's other people probably out there that'll give you one. There'll be a no for me, Chief. There'll be a no. 19 minutes? It doesn't even feel like 19 minutes. Well, wait, how long are these? Oh, I was farming before this thing came. Okay, cool. What I do want to at least I'm not lying to you and teasing you and say, oh, look, yeah, I'll give this to you if you give me 10 million OC or some 2 mil, 3,000 OC or 2,000 OC. And then you give it, and I'm like, oh, dang, I didn't know you actually paid for that much. Still don't sell it? That'd be so jacked up. But see, what I'm trying to see, what I want to also hope is see, I never looked at the Raretsu that I have, but I hope with the fuse, it has a really high grade, so it can give me more defense. Oh, messing with you for the most part. BRB. Okay. For the most part, I don't like how you just said that. For the most part. Wait, how did I not? Okay, whatever. Really just trying to save Dora at this point. I'm just trying to get through the runs. I really don't like. I really don't suspect something's gonna drop. Don't like. I know. See, I know this is about to sound bad, but I really don't. I really highly doubt something's gonna drop. And then I would probably say like at the same point, why do you have this up? But that's why it's kind of called a lazy farming for me. Because even if it doesn't drop, and if it like, I mean, it's not bad to just farm this out. At least something, you know. I still got to do event, which I want to do on my own time and take my own like pace. That's crazy. I don't know if I finished my. Yeah, with this Uratsu Fuse, I'm hoping to do a Heavenly Shield. See, I don't know. That's still the part that I'm trying to still debate about. Is should I go a three stack of a three? No. Should I go with a three Uratsu Fused, or should I go with the two, or should I just hold myself back? Like I'm gonna get the second Uratsu Fuse, but like knowing what to do, that's where I'm like kind of. Oh, well, okay. That's why I'm kind of like, what should I do? What should I do? Because it's not a bad idea for me to do it. Of course, like having a second Raretsu fuse, there's nothing bad about it to me. And the reason I want the Raretsu fuse, like getting two of them, is mostly because I have like a Sublime, and that's my mostly main reason. But also there's Ice, which I don't have the advantage of at all. Yeah, I can be fast as Ice as a sword user, but like for me, I lose a lot of durability while using Ice, like a lot of it. And yeah, I can make it more weapons, but why do that when I can like get a hard hitting weapon with it? With it, I'm mostly a sword user, but like I do know there's other advantages of being different classes. Oh, can I like shitty engine? Oh, wow, why? I say y'all just gonna both jump like that, but relax. Wow, I hit the wall. It's been a thing for me. I've been hitting the side corners of all walls. Like every time when I'm lunge stepping or even when I'm charging. And it's not even that I'm looking away. It's just like I guess I'm just slow on the uptake. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know. Like I'm always hitting some sidewall for no reason. Like I don't know. Like I don't understand why. Like I don't know if it's just there's a sidewall. Let me hit it real quick. Or I'm just trying to dash through stuff. It's like okay. It's like I'm just probably going too fast for no reason. When you fin to flex on Dilly by being a better sword and better at? That's a good question. That's a very good question. How you been, buddy? I missed you. I've been. I haven't even told you, bro. Half the days I've been having at my work, bro. Like, it's crazy. I can't even like. It's good and bad, but like, I have to now start, bro. That like working where I'm working is not. It's like in the middle for me. But also, I got a wild goose. Word for spear. I've been going to sleep a lot more, Seth. I gotta just. I've been going to sleep and stand. Like I sometimes do play like video games, but sometimes I just go to sleep hella quick. I mean, so quick. It's not even funny. I'll be leaving my TV on, my PlayStation. People think I'm still up, but I'm just asleep. Oh wait, Seth, do you remember that I still have that Sublime for apps? Yeah. Well, I already have a weapon that's already like fully upgraded. It's Thunder Test, so I'm just waiting for that to come basically down. Like I'm basically waiting for the snatch fuse because the fuse I have. Okay, can I just show you? Can I just go to my inventory and show you this? I'm gonna just go show you my inventory. Cause the fuse I have already is at a 14 crit. Yeah, right here. So I have 3 Talon Break fused already. I have my rarity fused, which is like already 14 crit with some deaths with some SP and some HP, right? Yeah, yeah. See, but here, like, not even, no, not even dissing, like, you're going to college. But see, college for me, it was smooth selling, but it took a lot of hours. It was just like work. That's how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if that was a diss or anything. Like, I know I said not even dissing what you're saying, but like, that wasn't even a diss, and I said that. That's crazy. But like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, for going to college, it's like I go like when I did go to college, I was in there, and it was easy work to be honest. But in the same point, it's like it took a lot of hours. Like a lot of people have financial aid, which I don't now. So that kind of takes me back to where I have to go from square one, save up money and go do all this stuff, basically. Which I can't like get mad about or anything. I just have to like kind of accept it, you know. But like I know when I had my classes, it was going through all my classes. There was little breaks between, you know, just a little breaks because sometimes you know the classes you're trying to get be like spread out from like what? Oh dang! I know I had a class that was 12 and I had to wait until like wait some hours. Hey Arch, I'm 18. How you feel? Now you feel old? Yeah, yeah. I do feel old. I feel hella old. I don't know why, but I feel old. When you say 18, I remember, man, you used to be a youngster. Uh, I feel, I feel kind of old. Not too old, but I feel a little old. God, yeah. Oh dang, I'm trying to think. But I feel old when someone talks about the old days of like Onigiri or like how long this game has been out. I feel really old. It's honestly like I'm kind of like boom, whoa, bro. Like don't bring that up, bro. Make, making me feel, making me feel kind of old. That's crazy. Seth is at 18 and he's going to college. Gray hair, gray hair, gray hair head ass, bro. Let's not talk about your blonde hair head ass. Can't even get a full proper blonde head ass. You could drink me under the table, but when it comes to roasting, I could sometimes get it. I'm not that old. I was gonna call you Papa Smurf, but I was gonna call you Yogi Bear head ass. Instead of getting some picnic baskets. Don't test me, G. You know, instead of getting picnic basket, I can't say the word. Picnic, picnic basket. I can't say that right. Picnic. A picnic? I don't even think that's how you say it. Bro, I feel dumb. I feel dumb actually. For once, I do actually feel dumb. Picnic. Picnic? Is it picnic? A picnic basket. And you know what? Whatever. You Winnie the Pooh. Instead of getting honey, you get beer out here and whiskey, all this stuff, heavy liquor. And my drop boost is all gone. I'm not even ready for this. Yogi Bear. Ooh. Seth, do you even know who Yogi Bear is? Let me ask that question. If you don't know who Yogi Bear is, I kind of feel dumb now. Kind of feel like it was a wasted effort trying to say picnic basket. Picnic basket. A picnic basket. A picnic basket. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I feel tested. Okay, that's good. I finally got my zoom code to like a little 5 scroll, but she's not like all the way 100. Or last chief. Last chief. That's kind of cheating. I don't like how his stuff comes back to him. I'm just gonna go up to him, say hi. What's up? What you been up to? See, I don't know if he drops anything good. Like, she does Ancient Jewel, but I don't know if that's actually good. She's not gonna pick it up and just pretend like it's whatever. Yogi Bear! Eat him. I mean, Seth, if you technically think about it, if Zunda Mochi comes out of my enemies, I'm technically eating my enemies. Because it's food. They're made into food for me to eat. So every boss, every mob they're all gonna like get ate up by me. Right? Yeah. Oh, Seth, you want to hear about an interesting topic that I like? See, I know. I feel like I don't want to test the waters, but you want to talk about an interesting topic? Someone, someone close to me about this up to me, so I want to talk about it in general. Okay, so Seth, so Juvenile Hall. I think no, no, no. Okay, so what I was told or informed was that we still have for children. I think here, my state, I believe, for teens to be tried as an adult. And some people are arguing that that shouldn't be the case because most of their brains are not developed or that they still don't know better, etc., etc. Right? My case is, I think they should be tried as an adult because here's what I kind of came in with, like, I guess a deep like feeling of like this is my deep point. Like basically, when I say deep point, is where it's like in the conversation when someone gets real deep in with themselves. This is what I got, right? This is where I got with my deep point, right? So I call deep point is deep into a conversation. Like this is how like you feeling you. Hello, Flame. How you doing? This is where you get deep in the conversation. So this is my deep point in this conversation, right? I said each of these teens they're talking about, whether they get like hurt. Well, okay, let's be honest, right? Let's get real. If they get abused by their parents or they're getting bullied, etc., 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 not dissing that, that should be dismissed, but not to get too sad on where my channel is. Mostly saying what I'm mostly saying is with this D point is that mostly people who get abused, bullied, want to do horrible things to other people, right? Meaning when they do commit a crime, right? When they do commit a crime, right? Before the crime is committed, meaning let's say someone shot somebody else because that person was bullying them. Before they commit that crime, if you ask this person, have they talked to somebody about what they're going through? They'll probably say yes or no, but it wasn't to someone who actually could have done something or could have actually taught this person better. That's what my point was. My deep point was when I talked to this person about this topic. So for Flame, when you just came in, I don't know how old you are or like that. Excuse me for being blunt, or excuse me for fast forwarding. I'm just gonna try to catch you up. I told Seth, hey, you want to talk about something like real interesting? Was that in where I live, my state, was that people are arguing that people should that the law that yeah that the law that teens should be tried as adults should actually be like changed. I forgot to mention that. That should be changed actually. Instead of them being tried as adult, they shouldn't be tried as adult. And some people are arguing that it should stay and should not stay. So Seth, you heard my deep point. What do you think? If you want me to repeat it, I'll repeat it in a better manner than what I did. I gotta repair. That's what the person I was talking to said the same thing too. But like this is what I feel, right? I understand. I truly understand that someone could be very terrified or angry, no, terrified for their life. I understand that there's trauma and being terrified. Like basically, even if you try to talk to someone, you won't believe it in yourself, or your mind will put you down and say, "No, they're not gonna believe me. They're not gonna help me." So I understand that's a cycle that happens to a lot of victims in this in this basically, or ends up hurting other people. But like you've heard of the you've heard of I forgot what it's called, but you heard in the back that like you've heard of like this a conscience, right? But you've also heard like when people describe it, they talk about there's like something in the back of your mind telling you not to do it or not say anything. Don't do this, don't do that. You should do this, you should do this instead. Like the good part trying to tell you not to do it, right? That conscience part, right? You know what I'm talking about? Should I do more of this? I feel like I should. I'm just gonna keep on going. Okay. I mean, I don't disagree with these points. Don't get me. I don't. I don't at all. I understand that. How like? Okay, let me add this in. Let me add this in. Right. But do you also say that because okay? Let me add this in to make you think a little bit more about make you think deeper. Are you saying this as a bystander? Like think about that. Are you saying this as a bystander, or have you like actually put yourselves in those shoes? Because don't get me wrong, I've stopped someone from bullying like, and I like, that's like one step of like having no one, either they didn't mess with them anymore or they just they had hope, and you know but some bystanders can say this but don't do anything, which kind of makes like a lot of bystanders' point of view obsolete in a way. Like if you think about it, I'm not saying I don't like your point of view is obsolete. I'm just saying like a lot of people who say all this and they should do all this. It's like a lot of bystanders nowadays. They're not like coming to help or swoop in to help. They're like just standing there watching or just phones out or just not from a bystander. Oh, okay, so you personally like because so it's more like you've been in these shoes. No, not you've been in these shoes. You actually helped or you've actually like been in this like I know a better way to say it. I know a better way to say this sentence. I know how to say this sentence. So you're not a bystander. You're someone that has prior experience to this. Like, no matter what it is, it's some experience, right? See, and that's why I can respect that opinion. That's why I can definitely respect that opinion because I mean, do you know what I'm coming from, Seth? When I say like, there's people who will like have a bystander opinion, whether it be good or bad, but not even like do anything to like actually commit to what they're saying or do what they're saying. You know what I mean? Whether it be good or bad, like oh, try it as an adult. But when they do something bad, they're like, no, I should be tried not as an adult because yeah. And that's I don't know. That's what kind of like gets me about like when I had this topic brought up to me, like I feel like the person should be tried as an adult because, I mean, hey, I did something like if someone to hurt me, I defended myself. I mean, I guess I gotta be tried as an adult. I understand it. You take it upon yourself to like injure this. See, cause here's the thing though. Here's the thing that also got like that kind of got my attention too. If you bring this to a school wise attention, right? Because if you think about it, fighting gets detention. Oh, okay. Once you personally see something, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I may be honest, I mean, I feel personally that like it would shake up and also make people like if we're talking about a teen doing like some grown stuff like stealing, almost attempted murder charges, stealing a car. I mean, okay, wait, no, that's not selling drugs, all this stuff, right? All these things. I mean, selling drugs to survive for your family, everything. I mean, but then there's still that school, will also like all you need is your parent's signature to actually, to do work, and if you can't do that, then I mean, there's a lot of personal things. I feel like you want to say like I feel where you're coming from because there's a lot of situations that you can say this like honestly I wish you didn't have to be tried as an adult because I can understand that this was unfair and unjust for you. But if you're willing to know the risk and willing to do it, then I mean it had to be worth it. Like at the same sense, like if someone stole a car for fun, then it had to be worth it to them. They need to be woken up by going to jail. I mean, if someone was selling drugs to provide for their family, I mean, there's other ways. There are definitely other ways to do something. Like I know that sounds selfish to say, but like whether you have to wait or whether you have to start selling some chips, candy, $1 for a pop. Because I know about like actually selling some. I don't know about some people out here, but like back when I went to high school, there was people selling chips, selling some sodas. You know what I mean? Any extra stuff I can get my hands on, I start selling. Even though I was hungry, I do it. Unless they were forced to trying to provide them, forced to do it. I'm kind of just waiting for the next part of that sentence. I don't even mind waiting. I want that next part of that sentence. Wait, but you just said you should be tried as an adult? As an adult? I mean, this is just that and that kind of bothered me. Hurt my feelings. As in, you just not gonna finish the sentence? Is that what we're gonna do out here? It doesn't have to be all this shit. If you could just finish that sentence and I'll finish. Okay. So you're saying unless they try to provide for the family or force to gang affiliation, but if it's not either one of those two, then they shouldn't even. Okay. So they're saying. So you're saying that. Let me get this straight. So you're saying that if it's not, if if it's not anything type of force, you should be tried as an adult, no matter like. So if you're not doing, if you're not, if you're not provided for your family, or unless you're forced into a gang affiliation, um, you should. So if it's not like one of those two, you got to be tried as an adult. Hmm. I mean, see, that's my thing. Though, like, I can't speak from a gang. I can't really personally speak from gang stuff, like related stuff. Like, I don't know a lot about gangs, and I haven't even tried to take the time about like actually seeing some documentaries who actually like talk about gang members, talk about how hard it is, what it like, is it easy to get out, is it hard to get out, what does it take, what I mean, stuff like that. So I don't like personally speak on that, but like for actually, I mean, there's always a special case, but in general, I believe you should be. Yeah, because see, like let's like what? There's arson, there's stealing, there's selling, there's fighting. I mean, there's all these things, but like, see, if someone does arson, bro. Nah, bro, I don't trust arson. Like, I don't know about you, Seth, but I don't trust arson. If there's like a case of arson, I don't trust it. That's definitely suspicious as hell. Arsons, arsons to me are like really suspicious. Because like that's such a tricky. And I know we have arson investigators, but I feel like it's not that you can't trust them. I'm just saying like, hmm, I'm not saying that you can't trust arson investigators. I'm just saying the case itself can be very tricky, and that is something that like I don't know. That just kind of trips me up. Like arson in general, like it is tricky, tricky. I just don't trust those cases. Like if I heard a kid accidentally burn down a tree, how you accidentally burn down a tree or burn down something? Someone tell me that because of like, bro. Like, see, that's a tricky part, bro. And someone was like, "Oh, well, the soccer did this and that." I was like, "So you telling me the soccer just happened to do that?" Nah, bro. I don't trust it. I just don't trust arson type of related cases. I just don't. And I feel like that's where it's like you're tried as a adult. I don't even know what the case is, and if you're falsely accused, they should have did a better job of trying to investigate. But I'm not saying arson investigators are all bad, etc., etc. I'm just saying arson cases tricky. I do not trust them. Don't like arson cases. I don't even try to touch those subjects because that is like it seems to me that's usually straightforward, but it doesn't even like it doesn't seem straightforward from things. I don't know, bro. Like I don't trust it. Like sockets, to matches, to lighters busting randomly, and that's like some cases you hear that it's like, oh, randomly happened, random. I'm like, no, bro, I don't trust. Like, no, don't trust that at all. 100%, I just don't trust that, and that's why I find like I don't. Even, I'm just done with the topic of arsons because I really do find that subject like such a like it is different and fascinating in its own way of being what it is. But like when you try to touch the subject, it's not. And here's the craziest thing: it like you can crime is like a drug. If you did it once, you're fine. Yeah, and arson is a very good representation of that. It doesn't matter if you're it doesn't matter in general. Like there's cases, yeah, where they identify. No, actually, I feel like there's okay. So arson in general, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl because it could be any guy or girl. It could be any age. That's the craziest part. Arson doesn't matter. Arson is just arson in general, and that's where that gets like as a scary thing to me because you don't know when it could happen. It's just this man just likes fire or woman or teen, and that's just like, bro, what the heck? I wish dust magnetism are actually used for something. Oh, that's crazy, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, let me heal up in here. No, that's the res. That's res. I don't want to. No, I don't want res. I'm sorry. Dodge. One, two. I'm just trying to. I don't know. But see, didn't I tell you, Seth? That kind of like that like whole topic is interesting in itself. You really got me out here thinking while I'm just trying to eat. I mean, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. The topic itself, bro, it's like because okay, like because you can leap from like one subject to another, bro. You can really leap out here. Like we went from oh well, should teens be tried as adult? Then we leap to arson, and then then you said some like crime is like a drug. If you're doing once, you'll probably do it again if you don't find help to stop. And it's like that's the craziest. That's crazy. Like you think about it, it's like I don't know, but like that just kind of gets. I mean, twisted in its own like view. Like not as in like bad twisted, like you can't trust anybody, evil twisted, more like twisted, like because you leap from a lot of things, from like I said, team to this to that, right? But like we didn't even touch like how if we were to go to really poor areas, or you can call it ghetto, but I call it poor areas. Yeah, yeah, it is. If you go to poor areas out here, like you don't even have to go there. You can go to middle class areas and just like look at how people are doing stuff out here. I mean, even the middle class is struggling, and sometimes they have to like do one job, or just trying to find something to eat, think what to do next, and think of different ideas. It's how it could be worse or good, depending on how you want, like depending on what you have to do. And sometimes if you know, you might have to steal, you might have to do this, but then you don't like see the thing is I don't want to say have to because you don't have to do anything. You choose to. You just have to toughen it out and do what you got to do to survive. And like I don't know. And then like the loan, if you get a loan, it could make it worse if you're out here trying to survive. So that's what kind of like sucks too. Like loans aren't out here to save your lives. They honestly trying to make your life worse. Why you already have bills, so it's like damn. This man did not want to drop me nothing. Ancient Joel. That's crazy. Dang, bro, like, think about that. Bro, I'm out here trying to, like, I was just out here trying to be lazy. Now I'm just out here thinking about some crazy stuff. I mean, but then someone, see, that's the thing. The fudge? I mean, but then you also have to think about, like, well, if you're trying, you see, if you say it like that, though, you also can, then you're gonna, might as well have to put that, if it comes at the mental state, you might as well just say your physical state comes out of, I mean, everything is gonna come across. I definitely agree with that. But adding into that, I also want to put that, like, you could put yourself in jeopardy too, like, like, cause see, the thing is, people are selfish, but in the same sense, it's not sometimes selfish because here's like someone said to me once that you have to help yourself in order to help all these other people, and I was like, bro, that's some deep stuff right there. But in the same sense, it's like that's crazy. It kind of makes me think that like it makes you think like is it like here's another thing. Do you think it's bad to be selfish, or do you think it's okay at a certain point in order to lift yourself up? Like, what do you think about that, Seth? Like, do you think it's okay at a certain point, or do you think it's just like if you're being selfish, you might as well just not even doing it. You just might as well just call yourself like. Do you think it's bad to be selfish too long? Okay, I mean, this is okay. My better question is this: being selfish. Is there a period where you should stop being selfish, or is it okay to be selfish for the rest of your life? That's what I want to bring into it. Because what I think is, I'm putting my 2 cents in real quick. What I think is, no, see, well, see, I don't know. Like, okay, personally, what I think is, there's periods in life where you actually have to start being selfish, and there's periods in life where you have to wake up and start like. To me, selfish is okay as long as you're not arrogant and that's like. Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. But then what I would want to know is like, okay, what I want to know is like, okay, if when you are selfish, right? What points in time do you think? Like, would it be middle age? Would you say it'd be teen? Would you like what points would you say? Yeah, it's okay to be selfish and not selfish. I'm out here wasting job boosts, god damn it. I feel like you're typing a long paragraph. Dude, oh, bro. See, I think it's okay for teens to be selfish, and be like, I mean, not rude, but selfish. Because some teens don't like when they actually take the time to be by themselves, they become better people and understand way more. But when they try to like start talking, it's, there's not really an age for it. But see, I feel like there is. I feel like there is age. That's why I'm gonna have to disagree. I feel like there is age. Like teens, if if teens were to take more like times by themselves and actually like get within themselves, and instead of like listening to, I guess we can call it like the weight of society, but I wouldn't even call it the weight of society. The weight of other people like getting into them, like adults, or like other like teens our own age, whether they're talented or bullies and everything. If they get into like actually like get deep into themselves and actually think, okay, well, what do I want to be, what do I want to do, and how I want to like how am I going to do it? Then some teens out here could actually be like OP and amazing. You have to take time every day to help. I mean, yeah, you do, but like, not. I feel like as a teen, you're putting a lot more pressure on yourself and not involving as a human being. Like when you do it at 20, you can do it. I feel like 20, you have enough. You can do it. Especially if you have a job, you have a car. You know yourself. You got this. You know what you got to do. I mean, what is it to help another person out? What is it to help another person out? That's what I think. I feel like at teenage, like 18 below, you gotta understand yourself a lot more and plan out. So wait, do you think? So you're saying okay? So Do you agree with me that teens should take time by them? And at 20, they should start to like then start like reaching out a hand and helping and doing all this good stuff. Do you agree with that? Teens should take times by themselves and everything. 18 below should take times by themselves, understand themselves, make a plan, do all that stuff. And then 20 years old or a little bit up, 20 to up, you should start helping other people. Do you agree? Because I mean, I don't know. That's what I feel. Like this is me though. See, there's no like really right or wrong answer. Well, I mean, there could be, but in the same sense, like a lot of age groups are different. Or not age, a lot of people are different. But some age groups, most of the age groups I've seen, teens need to take time, bro. Teens need to take time Whether even if you're in a bad spot, just take your time, get your mind right. Even if it takes longer than most, because what you've been going through. Take your time to get your mind right, bro. Because when you have your mental right, you can do a lot more better things with yourself and for everything. Instead of being like rude. See, here's the thing, bro. Like this is what I also think. Like, I don't know if you ever realized, but like at a certain point, teens or people stop saying thank you or sir or miss whenever someone's older than them, and I feel like it's kind of like a letdown at a certain point, bro. Like, when did respect? Like, I understand earning respect, but when did like respect stop being such an honorable thing to do without like being without all the sass? Like, why can't we just respect in general? Like, you're a human being, I'm a human being. Why can't we just respect? Like, when I still try to treat my pops and moms like respectable. Even if I'm older than them, I still try to treat them respectable. And if we have a cool relationship, so we differ from most people, but still in general, I treat them with respect. Our teens now, our teens. I mean, to be honest, bro, I kind of agree, bro. I don't like. I know like whoever watches this in the future, I know you'd be like, bro, this is kind of like, why do you say that? No, because and here's the thing, Seth. After I say this, tell me if you agree with me. When people start using spoiled brats, I don't mean rich people. I mean, when I mean spoiled brats, I mean like some spoiled brats, like as in they supposedly just own the world and the world is theirs. Yeah, at a point that's a good outlook, but at a point it becomes a double-edged sword, where it's like, oh, well, I own the world, they should be bowing down to me, they should be doing this, it's all me, 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 me. I'm like, nah, because when you start doing that, you're not exploding for the good, you're exploding for the worst. You're not you're not helping the fellow man or a fellow woman or anybody. You're trying to help yourself. And yeah, at a point that's good. At a point that's good. But remind you this: that human right there that's probably next to you will probably see you like almost trip and fall, but be nice to you, and that will give you a rude awakening because you could have been me. You would have been rude to them. Yeah, but see, there's also a thing I want you to think about. Seth, do you think school is helping that too? Do you think school is helping that, like by giving them all these things? Because if you think about it, school has grown up into a technological age. So meaning like when you see a computer at school, do you think that makes them want the computer outside of school too? Like they deserve it or they want it? And when you see popularity, which is still a thing, not too big, but people know it's a thing. When you're not well liked or you're not as important as everybody else, and you're trying to force that importance. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to be that guy, but it's a still a thing. Like if you're cute or athletic, there's a class and just a defining barrier, which I don't like, but it's a thing because everybody has those everyone knows if I don't know if I'm taking. No, I'm not in a party. I'm not in a party at all. Actually, I'm just chilling, just chilling. But we went into some deep, deep, bro. I ain't never felt like this in deep. Set in the morning. You hurting my thumb, she? Bro, my thumb's even hurt, bro. You need to start working on your thumb game. You need to work on your thumb game. Your thumb game, your thumb game. I want your girl tonight. uh, Bro, I'm gonna need you not to be offline, bro. I'm gonna need you not to be offline, bro. I invited you, but I need you to be not. Oh, bro, I have my job boost is out. But I sent you an invite. Okay. The fudge. But Seth, I'm gonna need you. Seth. Seth. Give Oh wait, is it coming through on stream? I gotta allow. Let me see if I gotta allow it to. Where'd I go? I might have to restart the stream. Where do I go to allow? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go to allow? Fudge, I forgot. Dang. Where do I go? But I'm gonna restart. Okay, let's restart this. Guys, I'm restarting my stream. Happy Paradu.